welcome to Sparking Up Sports, your one-stop shop for all things football and all things marijuana.
I'm Big Steve.
And I'm Johnny.
We're coming to you from our home studio in Pacific Beach, California, and we made it to the Super Bowl week, baby. We're here.
Absolutely, Super Bowl week is here. Get your squares ready, do your prop research, because if you haven't picked a Super Bowl winner yet, you're probably living under a rock.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's talking about it. Biggest game of the year, and everybody's going to be tuned in. Taylor Swift, Chiefs, Eagles, start figuring it out now. You got, 5 days, 6 days?
Absolutely. Media days begins today, and we're riding with the Chiefs, and we'll let you know why later on, but follow the money. Vegas always knows.
They are favored in this game. Rightfully so, I feel like. Until they get knocked off, they should be favored. We've been riding them all year, and we're going to continue with that this week for sure.
Two-time champs going for the three-peat. Make history.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to see. And then I think if he does that, Patrick Mahomes does that, he gets himself into that conversation early as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Absolutely. All right, breaking news out of Shefty's office. Myles Garrett wants to play for a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, he came out today with a note to the Cleveland Browns asking for a trade. He no longer wants to be there. Cleveland Browns have come out and said that they are never going to trade him. So we'll see what happens with this. When we were listening to it earlier, Shefty said one thing that does make these players kind of happy is if you make him the highest paid player in the league, then they kind of forget about the Super Bowl and that. So I think that's the only thing that will have him change his mind if they just pay him out the ass and he makes a ton of money. So we'll see what happens with it, though.
Absolutely. If you remember earlier this year, he went out and said he does not want to be a part of any rebuild. Right. And right now, it currently looks like Cleveland is going right back into a rebuild.
Yeah, and he's trying to win now. The debacle that was Deshaun Watson has not helped their case or his case for winning a Super Bowl. He sees the writing on the wall there, and he sees it not changing, and he wants out. He wants out now. So
absolutely. And us being Raiders and Bears fans, we've seen something like this before. This is very similar to a Raider-Bear trade from years past.
Yeah, Khalil Mack. And what do we give up? 2 first-round picks?
2 first-round picks, a couple seconds, and a couple thirds. It was 6 picks that we ended up sending.
Yeah, so if you are going to go out and get Myles Garrett, you're going to have to give them a lot. But, if they are rebuilding, that might be a way to set off their rebuild with those extra picks coming up.
Absolutely. A couple differences in this is what Myles Garrett is 29 years old. Khalil Mack was 27. Khalil Mack did have 1 year left on his contract. Myles Garrett here has 2 years left of control under Cleveland.
Right. I feel like a new contract will come with a new team, probably 4 or 5 years. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. So it'll be interesting to see. We were talking earlier. I want him as a Bear. That would be awesome if you get someone in there, pass rush right away, pressure on the quarterbacks. But we think the best landing spot for him would be Washington because they've already proven themselves.
Washington Commanders are definitely a playoff-ready team. And to be honest, the one thing they were missing this year is probably a solid pass rush, and they probably would have been there.
Yeah, I mean, the solid pass rush helps every team no matter what. We're talking, if you can get pressure on the quarterback with your 4 defensive linemen and you don't have to send exotics or linebackers and safeties to get the pressure, then your defense is automatically going to play better and you can do more things with the defense. And Myles Garrett's someone that can come in there right away, get pressure. We already know that. So, I mean, let's get him to the Bears.
Absolutely. And Myles Garrett, great timing dropping this on Super Bowl week. I mean,
yeah, he's the talk of the day today.
Absolutely.
So, great timing. All right, after that, topics for this week. We have Super Bowl prop bets, ranking introductory coach press conferences. There are 6 of them right now. We're going to do them in order. This is on press conference only. This isn't on body of work.
No merit based.
No merit. This is press conference only. Because who was the Adam Gase for the Jets? Remember his press conference?
Oh, yeah.
Dan Campbell has a notorious press conference biting off kneecaps. So, yeah, these press conferences are pretty good.
They're awesome. I mean, hilarious. It's funny because they're all built around a certain
narrative?
script.
Or,
There's script that they're supposed to follow, and each one adds a little flair
Yeah,
to
I mean,
it.
some of them, like Liam Cohen, hasn't been in this position before, and like you could tell.
You could definitely tell.
Yeah, we're gonna be going through all those. Definitely something to see. After that, we got the college football All-Star game. There were two of them: East West Shrine and the Reese's Senior Bowl. Then we have a Pro Bowl recap. It was actually pretty good. They
Couple
did it a lot
interesting
different,
sights.
but like, yeah, I was into it.
It was fun. Good,
Yeah.
good to see.
Super Bowl final preview. That'll be next Sunday. And then Spark It Up. What?
Spark it up sports. Roll with us, Ben.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
All right. Let's start
start with the blunt
absolutely.
to go over these
St. Ides.
St. Ides does it again.
Treat of the week.
This is the 2-gram full flour blunt.
Pretty good. All right. So we went ahead, took a little look at all these Super Bowl prop bets. Everybody knows that one of the most fun things to do with Super Bowl is take a look at all these side bets you can place. It's more fun to have money. You can bet on anything. If you've been to Vegas, you've seen the wall. Super Bowl week, it's a little bit different because not only they don't have all the games listed, they got all the fun props listed. It's a great time. All right, so favorite bet of the week is going to be Kansas City Chiefs -1.5, Philadelphia Eagles +1.5. The money lines are +101, plus -120. The over-under mark is set at 49. A lot of points.
It's a lot of points, but after what these two teams did in the conference championship, their point total is like 80.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Take the over. Take the over.
Take the over. All right, what do we got after that? NFL Super.
Go for it.
The NFL Super Bowl MVP. Notoriously, it's a quarterback. The last person that was not a quarterback to win it was Cooper Kupp, which isn't that long ago.
Not long ago.
But I'm saying 90% of the time it's a quarterback. Mahomes, he's +110 in this. Barkley's +250. Like we're saying, usually a quarterback. So those are great odds for a running back. Last running back to do that was Terrell Davis with the Denver Broncos in 1998. So we're coming up on 30 years almost since
and
that
of
happened.
Course, you got Kelsey out there. You can't remember he's a popular vote. So if he catches a few touchdowns, has multiple touchdown games,
dude.
plus 1,500, that's a real juicy number right there.
Jalen Hurts is +300. He's not favored as much as Barkley, which kind of surprises me because it's quarterback driven, but the Eagles are Barkley driven, as we've seen all year. So I guess that's where that +50 comes from.
Absolutely. If he has a 205-yard rush game, that 250 mark is not impossible. All right, coin toss. A lot of people's favorite bets, heads or tails. Probably the most true 50-50 chance you could ever have.
Still -106. I think it's 50-50. It's -106. What the fuck? It's not even 105?
House always wins.
It goes to 106? This is fucking stupid.
It's the way it rolls.
I take heads. Heads
I'm
guy.
a tails guy.
Heads. Oh, you're a tails
I'm
never
a big
fails.
tails guy. Tails never fails.
Oh, man. Heads all the way.
I love it. National anthem this year being sang by John Baptiste. The over-under
How long is it?
123.5.
Oh, yeah, going over, dude.
Take the over all the way.
You got to take the over in this because these people are getting TV time, and how many million people are watching? Like, you're going to sing a little slower just so they'll remember you.
Not just that. Everybody takes the little oomph on that extra note, holds it for one more second.
How long can they hold it?
Absolutely. You're trying to get that big applause at the end. You want to hold it all the way. Make everybody some money. All right. And then everybody's other favorite bet, the Super Bowl Gatorade prop. What color will the Gatorade that gets dumped on the winning head coach be?
Yeah, this one's always great. There's 5 different colors: purple, yellow, orange, blue, and red. And that's the order of the odds. So purple plus 150, yellow plus 225, orange plus 400, blue plus 700, red plus 700, and then there's water with the plus 900.
Very rare to ever have the water come, but it's possible.
There. I was thinking about this, and like, if you're a coach, like, could you imagine the red Gatorade on you, dude? You'd be red as fuck for like a week. like the fucking Kool-Aid man out there. So yeah, red Gator, I would not want that if I was
What's your
coach.
favorite Gatorade color?
Purple.
You like the purple?
Oh yeah,
all right,
hands down.
I'm a big yellow Gatorade guy, orange Gatorade. I think this
Yellow,
is the year.
OG?
Yellow's
You're
the
the
OG, lemon
from the
lime.
swamp?
The lemon
All right.
lime. Nothing fresher than a lemon lime Gato.
Those are pretty good.
All right, another favorite bet: position of the player to dump the Gatorade. Defense minus 120, offense plus 115, or
That's
both.
the first time I've seen this one. That one's pretty good.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It got to be two players,
right? Heavy as fuck.
All right, one of my favorites. The odds looked real juicy. Special teams are a defensive touchdown plus 300. I love that. Let's see what else we got under here.
Any kick attempt to hit an upright or crossbar. And what year is this?
This is the year of the doink.
Year of the doink. So this seems to be a lock.
This seems to be a lock, and I love those odds plus 550. That's real juicy.
Oh, right.
Real juicy.
Speaking of kickers, I forgot to bring this up, but have you seen the Justin Tucker news coming out of Baltimore?
Not good.
Oh my gosh. What is with the NFL and these rub and tug problems they got going on?
Big rub and tug.
Yeah.
league.
Can we just get a rub? Not a rub and tug? Like, this is what, the fourth
Rub,
play?
no tug.
Yeah, rub no tug. All right, NFL, rub no tug. Started with Bobby Kraft, Deshaun Watson. Now we got Justin Tucker, who has had a down year. And
now we know why.
Yeah. Because he's just getting the rub and rub, the no rub and tug. So this is all coming to light now, but it's been going on for a while. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Because the Ravens have a zero, what do they call it?
Tolerance?
Zero tolerance for sexual assault.
Ooh.
And it's like, I read about it like 10 years ago, they started that. So if this like he actually gets charges from this, which like Deshaun Watson didn't. He just settled with everybody, so he could get out of this still, but definitely not good to see. Not good for the NFL either.
Not another good thing for the NFL. Stop getting the rub and tug, guys. Come on. Fucking 2025.
Come on, man.
Fucking get a dude to fucking give you the rub if you're going to get the fucking...
Yeah, you can't help yourself. Like, come on, man.
Jesus Christ. All right. Just to throw this in there, because the last time these two teams faced off, comeback win from double-digit deficit. Yes, plus 300, no minus 400. I like that. Philadelphia Eagles took a 10-point lead last year into halftime.
Yeah, right.
2 years ago into halftime. Kansas City Chiefs ended up coming back to win.
I feel like the Chiefs would be able to come back from a 10-point deficit. I don't know if the Eagles would be able to come back from a 10-point deficit because they're so run-heavy.
I agree.
But yeah, I can see the Chiefs coming back. A couple big plays, boom, right back in it.
All right, couple Mahomes anytime touchdown plus 325. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown minus 115. Let's see what else. We've got a Barkley anytime touchdown minus 208. So you definitely know he's getting it.
He's getting in the end zone for sure.
All right, and a couple of fun props just because it's the year of Taylor Swift. You know you're definitely going to see her on TV. So will Taylor Swift be shown during the national anthem? I think absolutely yes, plus 350. How many times will Taylor Swift be shown live? The over-under number set at 6.5.
I might go under. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
But
and is it like coverage after the game too, or is it just
I think it's from the start to the end of the game?
I'm going under then. But like after the game, she's going to be
definitely all over.
Yeah.
All right. What will happen first? Either team to score a touchdown or Taylor Swift shown live. I think Taylor Swift probably shown live.
I mean, she's definitely going to be shown early. And then maybe not for a while unless Kelsey scores. And then I'm going under, dude.
One of the big ones, will Kelsey propose to Taylor Swift after the game? Plus 550.
Let's see it. Let's see it. The ultimate, like, that's it. You win the Super Bowl, you propose to Taylor. Does it get any better? Disney in the morning?
Rides
Disney in the morning? Like, come on.
And then Kendrick Lamar taking care of our halftime show this year. Always puts on a good show, not like us.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a good show. Definitely is going to have halftime guests, Future, possibly Taylor Swift.
Could you imagine Taylor, like, flies out of the box and, like, onto the middle of the, like, field? Like, just an angel coming from the box.
Plus 750. I like the odds. Get her in there.
Get her in there. Like, that'd be epic.
All right. Ranking new NFL hires solely on their introductory press conference.
There were some pretty good press conferences. There's still two coaches that remain to be hired: the Saints and the
Just the Saints. Just the Saints.
All right, just the Saints. Still need a coach. And yeah, who knows who that's going to be? There's a little turmoil going down there right now.
Turmoil down in New Orleans.
I don't really want to dive all into that.
We'll save that for
next week. All right, let's rank these coaches. So the new coaching hires were Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen, Ben Schottenheimer, and Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
So judging by the introductory pressers, my number one coach is going to have to be Aaron Glenn.
Oh, absolutely. The way he was fired up. We're the New York fucking Jets.
That's right. He played there. He knows what needs to be done there. And going into there, like, I think that's exactly what you need there. So I think he might be able to turn things around in there.
And like we were saying, each coach comes in, follows the script, and he did a great job of letting him know he's already been through the jet shit. He knows what's going on there. He knows how to fix it or what he can do to try to fix it.
Right? He's confident, and I love that. All right, number 2, we're going to go with Pete Carroll.
Vegas Pete,
great press conference, got the people fired up. Marshawn Lynch made an appearance. Raiders, which was awesome. Pete Carroll didn't even realize it was him until he talked to him later. But yeah, awesome introductory press conference for them. Pete Carroll even said, all my other places, rebuilds took 2 to 3 years. We're here to win, and we're here to win now.
So, I love it. He did a great job. He came in, starting to build together a great staff. He's bringing in good coaches, and I'm excited for this year. He definitely looks like he's taking the reins.
We're not talking about the other stuff.
I know, but the way he came in the press conference, demanding who he was going to bring in as a staff, it's fucking awesome. We're excited for Pete Carroll.
All right, after that, number 3, we got Ben Johnson. Nothing special about this one. He just came in and did his shit. He's not like super rah-rah guy, so it was all right. Everybody was fired up. Nothing special. I mean, it is what it is. After that, we got Mike Vrabel. His was kind of along the same lines as Ben Johnson. Came in all business. Like, Vrabel came in was like, we're changing everything, and players aren't gonna be held accountable. So
we'll see. Oh, shit. He also brought back Josh McDaniels. So.
Crazy. I can't believe he's back with him. Unbelievable.
Round 3.
All right. Number 5 on the list is we have Ben Schottenheimer for the Dallas Cowboys. This one's hilarious because Jerry Jones is like, he doesn't even know why he hired him as the head coach.
So. The funny thing is Jerry Jones goes into these conferences and he wants to be praised. And it's like, people usually don't praise you for taking these kinds of risks.
Not a good risk.
No, and it's like, dog, are you there's something wrong with you?
And Ben Schottenheimer's 50, never been a head coach, and now's the time. So it's
weird.
Interesting. He's super
very weird
in there, and
it looks like he wasn't even prepared to get offered this job.
He wasn't prepared at all for this.
And it's weird because living in San Diego, we know the Marty Schottenheimer story, longtime Charger head coach,
right?
Longtime success in San Diego, lots of winning seasons, definitely a winning record as a coach.
Oh, yeah.
And
he just couldn't win it all.
But
not many of them do. So
his son raised up in that, so definitely
he's been raised around football, so it'll be interesting to see at least.
But
it can't get much worse.
50 years old, never had a head coaching gig, so there's got to be a reason why. I mean,
All right, and then rounding out the list, which I'm sure everybody has seen 1,000 times, like me, Duval. Liam Cohen, the biggest scumbag move ever with the Tampa Bay Bucks, comes into Jacksonville and just terrible opening statement. Everybody's laughing at him. They're still laughing at him. It's like 6 days later. So
It's going to be tough to play for this guy. I mean, watching that press conference, it's hard to get behind a guy that doesn't muster up a lot.
yeah, I kind of feel like that's kind of like Ben Johnson. But I feel like Ben Johnson's further along in his career and has been around other coaches who are going to help him out. But yeah, that Liam Cohen introduction was not good at all.
Nah,
and he's the loser of the new hire press conferences. He takes the cake for the loser.
Definitely rounds out the bottom of the 6, and it's going to be tough to build a program behind a Liam Cohen.
Liam Cohen.
An uninspirable coach.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see. But yeah, those are the introductory press conferences, and there have been some great ones. Adam Gase, Dan Campbell, and Liam Cohen. Add him to the list.
Add him to the list. All right, Raiders are filling up their coaching staff. Pete Carroll, head coach, hired last week. USC, Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl winner. The resume writes itself. Adds his defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham, rejoining this Raiders staff. Important for continuity. Spillane and Crosby were big supporters and big proponents of him coming back.
Where was he at before?
With the Raiders.
Oh, they just brought him back.
Yeah, he wasn't going to renew. They signed a new contract. All right. Also bring in Chip Kelly as offensive coordinator. Chip Kelly, great coach. Coached the Oregon Ducks to a successful college football playoff. Didn't win it with them, but did play in that playoff. Head coach of the Eagles, the Niners.
Ohio State.
What?
Wait, the Ducks?
Yeah, he was coach of the Ducks back in the day.
Oh, the national championship.
Oh, yeah, not college football playoff. You're right. Chip Kelly led the Ducks national championship, played in the game, didn't win it all. Head coach of the Eagles, coached the Niners, coached UCLA. Last year, the offensive coordinator for Ohio State.
And he
now
got paid there. Raiders, he got paid like an NFL
absolutely
salary.
$9 million to be an offensive coordinator for the Raiders. Love to see it. Brennan Carroll hired today, son of Pete Carroll, as the offensive line coach. Played tight end at Delaware and Pittsburgh. Last coached at Washington and USC and on the Seattle Seahawks coaching
staff. Damn, he coached with them a lot, huh?
Yeah, so it's good to see you. Raiders staff definitely rounding out.
Nice. All right, after that, we have the college football all-star games. There were 2 of them this last week. For those of you that don't know, the college football all-star game is a chance for some of these great college football players to get a kind of like a tryout in front of these NFL coaches. Since 2022, the coaches in these games have been all NFL coaches. The Senior Bowl, the Reese's Senior Bowl, is the more prestigious one that has more of the top picks, top 2-3 rounds. They're going to be in that one, and they get a lot more publicity in that one.
A lot of was watching it on NFL Network this weekend. Lots of
they do a lot of like one-on-ones. It's just great competition because you get like the best college football players going against each other. If you are like a top 10, maybe even top 20, you're probably not going to this though. Like, it's more of like a late first round, second, third in this game. And some of these guys, they got to this, and the dude from Marshall, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he absolutely destroyed a tackle.
Mike Green.
Yeah, it may have been the play of the week. We've seen 1,000 times. He destroys the tackle, and then after that, he did not practice anymore.
No.
It needed one play, and then it's like, all right, I'm not going to risk injury or whatever. There was like 6 or 7 guys that ended up not finishing it. So
not just that, players were also notified there were a lot of injuries on day 1. They had to make some calls. They were bringing in players for day 2, so that was good. That was something weird to see.
You got to stay ready in the NFL, as you see with all these teams, especially like the Detroit Lions. Like, you never know when someone's going to go down, and you always got to be ready. And it's a good simulation of the NFL, I feel like. The East-West Shrine game is not as prestigious. It's more of like the late rounds, undrafted free agents. It pairs up with the Shrine Children's Hospital, so it's more like philanthropy pick,
Okay.
and they donate the donations and stuff, and they work with a children's hospital. Senior Bowl, the Reese Senior Bowl is just strictly football showcase, and that's it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
A lot of that organized by the agents and their sponsors, so it's good to see.
Yeah, the agents get them in there. The risers for me from the Senior Bowl were Mike Green. We just talked about him. Elijah Aurora, the tight end from Miami. He could not be stopped on the one-on-ones. And you for sure see the impact a tight end can have on a team. So look for teams to get him high in the
Shout out
drafts.
BB, Brock Bowers, baby.
Fallers for me are going to be Jalen Milroe. He just did not have a good week. Accuracy is of concern, and still it has been, still is. Half of his passes weren't complete. So another one for me for the fallers is Donovan Edwards. He was the cover boy for the NCAA return last year, but he had fumble problem this year. Backup came in and was running a little better, and that continued at the Senior Bowl. So he did not have a good week out there.
Not a tough day for the
right?
NCAA cover
I do love
guys.
the Senior Bowl though, because the one-on-ones, the pass rushing, that shit's fun to watch for me, anyways. I love that. The receivers are going one-on-ones with the DBs too. Just great competition out there. And some of these dudes have never even met, never played. You know what I'm saying? It's different conferences, Division III players, you name it. The biggest O-line winner for me this week was the O-line Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State.
Okay.
He's a Division II guy, but he played center and guard, super athletic, great feet, did not get beat at all during the week. So look for him to probably go pretty high in the draft now.
I like it. One of my favorite things was getting to watch the other quarterbacks, Riley Leonard, who this year all he was doing was handing that ball off or taking off on his feet. He was forced to throw in this, which was
can't throw.
But he was completing some passes, so it looks like there's something coachable in there. So maybe somebody can turn him around. You got to see players like Jackson Dart build their draft capital. Maybe end up as a late first rounder, maybe a early second rounder. Who knows? I mean, you don't know. It's some of these guys could possibly change their draft capital with one of these big plays.
I mean, this is what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Absolutely. All right, Pro Bowl and the Pro Bowl games.
All right, so the Pro Bowl completely different this year. Thursday, they had the Pro Bowl skills competition. And for me personally, I got a 4-year-old at home, and he will not watch a football game with me at all because he doesn't understand what the fuck's going on. But you get this skills competition going, and me and him sat there, and we watched the whole thing together. He loved it. I'd like the quarterback competition, seeing Joe Burrow and the big names just hucking the ball out there.
Absolutely.
That was cool to see. What else was there? They had the satisfying catches where they had receivers and DBs. They had to do a one-handed catch of the jug ball 3 times, and then they had to catch the ball with the mascot mitts on, which was fucking hilarious. No one did it on the first try. They were all clapping at it. Pretty good. They had the diving catch, which no one completed that. Did you watch that?
That was the one I watched.
Brock Bowers was the closest, but he dropped the ball.
I thought it was a completed catch.
It was.
He comes out of the roll. He still had the ball. I thought it was ref said no catch.
It wasn't a catch.
It was a catch.
It wasn't a catch. Anyway.
Fucking Kansas City refs.
No one caught the ball. Followed by that, there was the big spike, and this was they had 4 D linemen and 4 offensive linemen spiking.
This was hilarious.
To see who could
think of it like the
harder.
Carnival game where you take the hammer
or the punching bag. Yeah, that's it. Straight up.
The relay race, 4 players from each team.
That one was pretty good. They had some athletes out there, but they couldn't get the handoff right. So that seemed to fuck a lot of people up. But that rounds out the Thursday the skill showcase, which was pretty cool. Time you see those athletes kind of getting out of their element and doing different things. So,
and then Sunday was awesome. Sunday consisted of a 7-on-7 football game, and every quarter was split off with a different competition. So at the end of the first
what
quarter,
were the 4 competitions?
They did a tug of war, a punt off, and the great football race.
The punt off was awesome.
Punt off was awesome.
Good.
They chose 2 position players and the 2 punters. The 2 position players punted off against each other. They tied. 2 punters punted off against each other. They tied. They went into an overtime. Had a punt off. It was great. great competition.
Yeah,
Probably
it was
one of the most
awesome.
exciting
Yeah.
things of the entire
People were
weekend.
fired up for it.
The tug of war definitely did look a little dangerous. Maybe not have it on those little platform things
Oh
anymore.
my God, they were like 10 feet in the air, surrounded by these metal poles, and it was like, they're falling.
They're
falling into the poles.
If the second one team fell in, the other team fell on top of each other. It didn't look good.
Yeah.
Definitely looked like someone was getting
so
hurt.
unsafe.
The other thing is maybe get a bigger pit every time they are celebrating players jumping and doing flips into these. Kyle Juszczyk almost kicked somebody in the back of the head on one of them.
That literally was a disaster.
And that's
you don't do the actual Pro Bowl game to keep players safe, and then you do this shit. Like what?
But it's hilarious.
Anyways.
Let's see. Punter stole the show with the sudden death punt off.
Yeah, that was awesome. And then Eli with the 3-peat. He's won 3 years in a row against Peyton, and he was able to do it before the Chiefs were able to pull off a 3-peat. That's the most impressive thing of the week.
And one of the greatest lines from the media is maybe Peyton Manning should reconsider his head coaching career.
Get him out, dude.
Get him out.
You see his son, Marshall Manning?
Yeah.
Dude, Arch is out. Give me Marshall.
Marshall in,
Arch out. Give me Marshall, dude. He's a true blood. Give me Marshall.
All right. This week, our Super Bowl preview is brought to you by our friends over at Negus Coffee Club. Comes in beans or grounds, has some fire flavor notes. The one we got here is Ethiopia blend, made with notes of berry and black tea. Real fire.
You got that weed hangover in the morning, get a cup of Negus coffee, you'll be ready to go.
All right, Sunday, February 9th, Super Bowl 59, New Orleans, Louisiana, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Kansas City -1.5 and the over-under 49.5.
I'm kind of surprised the spread hasn't moved at all.
Right?
Since the opening line. It stayed exactly the same. Over-under stayed exactly the same. So they must have nailed this one.
My big thing is the over-under. I thought it was going to shift, move up a little bit because people were going to start hammering it. So this is concerning to me that it's not moving. But maybe people are just waiting to slow the game down, minimal possessions.
I mean, that's what the Eagles want to do, for sure.
And I mean, storylines for this game: Saquon versus Pacheco, or Saquon, or who's the other running back for the fucking
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. There you go.
It's Saquon versus 2 running backs.
Yeah, Saquon
he's still
Pacheco
better.
and Hunt.
And he's still better.
Hurts versus Mahomes. Who's the better quarterback?
Mahomes in this one.
A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith versus Xavier Worthy and Justin Howard.
I'm going Eagles with that one. Definitely Eagles.
Goddard versus Kelsey.
Oh, man. I'm going Goddard just because Kelsey is not as athletic as... If he was Goddard's age, I'm taking Kelsey. But he is no longer Goddard's age, so I'm taking Goddard.
Chandler Jones versus Jalen Carter.
Oh, my man, Jalen Carter, baby. I'm taking him.
So many storylines. The storybook literally writes itself. But you can literally pick any one of these, and it's literally everyone makes a great story.
Love it.
All right. Spark it up, sports. Ride with us, bets.
Here we go.
Big Steve, what do you think?
These are my bets for the week. Saquon Barkley Super Bowl MVP plus 250. I kind of contradict me going with the Chiefs, but I mean, I would like to see a running back win it since it's been so long. And if any running back is to win it, it is definitely him.
Saquon, absolutely.
Yeah. Coin toss, I'm going heads every time, no matter what. -106. I'm riding with the orange Gatorade plus 400. Go Bears, orange. My first TD score is going to be Travis Kelce plus 510. With Taylor Swift in the stands and Travis Kelce there, that's a lock of the day for me because then it's going to pan right up to Taylor. It's going to be an epic moment.
Storybook writes
itself. And then I'm going over 123.5 seconds for the national anthem, which is -125.
I love it. All right, Johnny's locks of the week. Over on the national anthem, 123.5. Take the over -125. Tails for the coin flip. Tails never fails. -106.
Ever.
Yellow Gato, my favorite flavor, and the favorite flavor of the Kansas City Chiefs, +1.
I'm in line.
225. My favorite total field goals over 3.5. I like that. +100.
I didn't know about that one.
I feel like
I
Four
feel like
field
the
goals.
Chiefs score more touchdown than field goals.
But I feel like 4 field
I
goals
know.
that's not a lot, right?
I don't know. I'm torn on that one.
And Mahomes MVP plus 110 because if he's throwing all those TDs, he's definitely being the
If they
MVP.
win, he's getting MVP.
And then Johnny's Super Bowl same game parlay. This was 4 picks that I loved. It looked real juicy. Chiefs win, Barkley anytime TD, Kelsey anytime TD, and Jalen Carter over 3.5 tackles.
Nice. I like that.
Right? Plus 765. Throw 100 on that. Make yourself some money.
Hell yeah.
All right.
It's all about the bets this week. Make sure you get all your squares lined up, know all the numbers.
Know all your numbers.
Yeah.
Make yourself a little
you gotta
cheat
get
sheet.
your cheat sheet. Get your Super Bowl cheat sheet ready to go.
Get all your props in.
Get your appetizers ready. You doing wings? You doing nachos?
What do you call those things? The charcuterie boards?
Yeah, charcuteries. Charcuteries.
Get a couple charcuterie
Pigs in the blankets too. Like, dog, I can't wait. Drinking choice. I'm gonna drink beer, tequila, all of it.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be awesome.
Super Bowl week is here, and that's all we got for you guys. That's a wrap for this episode of Spark It Up Sports. Thanks for watching.
Like, follow, subscribe. Reminder for loyal fans out there, podcast released every Thursday. You can find the video on YouTube. Audio can be found on Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon Music. Let us know what you think in the comments. We've had a lot of good interactions lately. Go Bears.
Go Raiders. Go
That's a
Chiefs
wrap.
for the Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, Chiefs, baby.